You spent hours building the perfect project. Now comes the decision that can completely change how it looks, and how long it lasts. Should you use polyurethane, or hard wax oil? One creates a tough protective coating. The other enhances the wood while letting it feel completely natural. But which finish is actually better? Today, we're comparing polyurethane and hard wax oil side by side to help you choose the right finish for your next woodworking project. Let's get started. The biggest difference is how these finishes protect wood. Polyurethane forms a hard protective film on top of the surface. That coating acts like a shield against scratches, spills, and everyday wear. Hard wax oil works differently. Instead of sitting on top, it penetrates into the wood fibers while leaving a thin protective layer at the surface. The result is a finish that feels much more natural. Now let's compare appearance. Polyurethane is available in gloss, semi-gloss, satin, and matte finishes. Depending on the product, it can give furniture a rich, polished look. Hard wax oil creates a softer, more natural appearance. It highlights the grain without making the wood look heavily coated. Many woodworkers describe it as making the wood look and feel alive. Next, durability. Polyurethane is generally tougher. It performs extremely well on dining tables, desks, countertops, and other surfaces that receive heavy daily use. Hard wax oil offers excellent durability too, but it sacrifices a little impact resistance in exchange for a more natural finish. Let's talk about scratch resistance. Because polyurethane forms a hard film, it usually resists scratches better than hard wax oil. However, once polyurethane is deeply scratched, repairing it often requires sanding and refinishing an entire section. Hard wax oil scratches a little more easily, but there's an important advantage. Repairability. This is where hard wax oil shines. If one area becomes damaged, you can usually sand only that small section and apply more finish. The repair blends surprisingly well. With polyurethane, spot repairs are much more difficult because the repaired area often remains visible. Now let's compare water resistance. Both finishes protect wood from moisture. High-quality polyurethane provides outstanding resistance against spills and standing water. Hard wax oil also performs very well, especially modern premium products. But prolonged exposure to water usually favors polyurethane. Application is another major difference. Polyurethane requires careful brushing or spraying. Dust control becomes very important because particles can become trapped in the finish while it cures. Hard wax oil is often applied using a cloth, pad, or white finishing pad. Many woodworkers find it easier to apply, especially on complex furniture with lots of edges and corners. Let's discuss maintenance. Polyurethane requires very little routine maintenance. Simply clean the surface regularly. Hard wax oil benefits from occasional maintenance coats over the years, especially on heavily used furniture. The good news is, those maintenance coats are usually quick and easy to apply. Now consider feel. This is where personal preference matters. Polyurethane creates a smooth protective surface that feels like a finished coating. Hard wax oil leaves the wood feeling much closer to its natural texture. Many furniture makers love this because you can actually feel the grain beneath your hand. What about drying time? Water-based polyurethane usually dries faster than oil-based polyurethane. Hard wax oil drying time depends on the brand, but most products require overnight curing before light use. Always follow the manufacturer's recommendations for best results. So, which finish should you choose? If maximum protection, scratch resistance, and low maintenance are your priorities, polyurethane is an outstanding choice. If you prefer a beautiful natural appearance, easy repairs, and a finish that feels like real wood, hard wax oil is difficult to beat. Neither finish is universally better. It simply depends on what matters most for your project. For dining tables, kitchen furniture, or heavy-use surfaces, polyurethane often wins. For premium furniture, coffee tables, cabinets, and handcrafted pieces, hard wax oil offers an appearance many woodworkers absolutely love. Now I'd like to hear from you. Would you choose the tough protection of polyurethane, or the natural beauty of hard wax oil? Tell us your favorite in the comments below. If you enjoyed this comparison, don't forget to subscribe for more woodworking buying guides, finishing comparisons, workshop upgrades, and practical woodworking tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.